All right.
What's up, everybody? How you doing today? This is Heat Over. I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. I got a guest on. He's one of my biggest supporters. His name is Nick. So I want to introduce him right now. What's up, Nick?
Bring the pain, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, you see the pain back here. Yeah, on the shirt. Ooh, yeah. In the cup. Ooh, yeah. Like that. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So, what you been up to, man? Just chilling? You watching football? What's up?
Football this year is just crazy, dude. Like, you can't even tell week by week who's going to come up, who's going to go down. I mean, whoever thought, I was really upset when Cam left
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Carolina.
You burned
I
your
was seeing him in
jersey.
England. I'm like, see you bye, bro. Like,
Yeah, your jersey, man. You burned your jersey.
I burned it. That was my solemn vow when I became a Panther fan, just with myself, not with anybody specific. But I'm
Okay.
like, if any of my players go to one of the most hated teams, torch it, man. Like,
Yeah. Hey, some people live by that rule, right?
right, definitely.
You did. You did. See, I mean, I always felt that way. Like, of course, having my Falk jersey, but then I never really had a Warner. And then Bruce kind of went to San Francisco, and I didn't want that jersey, of course. But he had been there so long. But there's a lot of people that when somebody jumps ships like that, or what happened with LeBron. I mean, we
Right.
all seen that twice. Jeez,
Once.
twice, three times, and God knows. Hopefully, he
Probably
retires this last
the
time.
way it goes, who knows? He can end up with the Bulls just like Jordan did. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. Trying to win another championship with a fourth team. I don't know though. I think he might be done. I can't speak for him, but
Right.
you know, I don't know if you read in the headlines today that DeRozan. The Lakers are kind of talking to DeRozan, and I love DeRozan.
That would be a good addition, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, if we can keep some of the core, maybe get rid of. I mean, if we have to get rid of Danny Green, we're cool. But if not, like do a trade or something, maybe trade a draft pick, for DeRozan. I'm all for that, really.
Right,
But
right. I mean, DeRozan, the way he's looking, he could be the next Kobe. It's hard to say.
yeah, and also too, if this is LeBron's last year, and Davis is most likely going to sign with us, I mean, who's going to be his two going forward? you
Right,
know.
right.
So if DeRozan and Davis are the core of the Lakers for the years to come, at least 2-3 years after LeBron goes, then I'm cool with that. But right now, I mean, I do want to see LeBron win that next championship only because that means we beat the Celtics in total championships. I mean, not
Yep.
total, but NBA championships mostly.
Definitely, definitely. I'd like to see that too, only because, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'd like to see him take it for Kobe. I mean, they probably wouldn't specifically say that, but if they
Mm-hmm.
could take it, and, give it up, dedicate it,
Yeah.
that would be amazing because, oh my gosh, that would be like if, God forbid, Jordan ever died. I sure would hope Chicago would mention him if they ever won another championship. Like, this is for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's why, like, that was when, I mean, I already had the Lakers. I had a bet on the Lakers, but it was like the more bets I put in, you just kind of knew LA was going to do that. LeBron was going to be kind of driven, and it showed. I mean, we had some weird games, but overall, the Lakers dominated.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Hands down.
but back to football. I mean, so you're still watching the Panthers, of course. I mean, you got to be a Christian McCaffrey fan. He signed a big deal? Are you getting a Christian McCaffrey jersey?
I already have one. I got the blue alternate.
Oh, okay. That's the blue and the black, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. I've never seen that somehow. Whatever. You got to post that. Post that on there, and
definitely.
you'll wear that because, like, I got to know. you know.
Right, right. Yeah, no, I got well, I guess, I don't know if it's their third jersey. It's basically blue, and then, on the sleeves, it's got the silver and black.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. No,
lighten up.
I know. I kind of know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, with the Rams, they just changed their dang jerseys, so it's like, what the fuck, you know?
Right,
It's like,
right. Well, that's like I seen today. I don't know if you've seen that too. The Dolphins are thinking about making their original throwbacks their all-time jerseys now. Like
oh
they're doing.
yeah, the orange and the white and the pewter or whatever color that is.
Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be okay.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. I mean, you have finally, hopefully, your best quarterback you had in the last like 25 years or whatever since Marino has been gone. And like, if you're going to invest that, he looks all right. He's got a lot to learn. I do it. Might as well make the change. Rams did it
right?
after they won their first Super Bowl. They went to that, that St. Louis color, and then, which I did like, but now we're back to, the blue and the yellow, but I love the blue and the white. That's my shit. I love the blue and
Right,
white.
right. I like the blue and the white and the gold. I like that better than the yellow and blue.
Hmm. So gauging NFC, AFC, not really putting you on the spot, but I am going to put you on the spot. I
Okay.
mean, who do you think the favorites are? Who do you think kind of out of the AFC? Just give two or whatever each, and then we'll go.
NFC, I'd probably have to say hmm, that's a hard one.
It's wide
That is
open.
it is. It is at this point. AFC only because New England's tanking because of Cam.
Yeah.
I think Buffalo's got a good shot.
Yeah. That's one of those teams that a lot of people forget about. Like kind of like the
Right.
Titans last year, how they kind of like went in and started beating teams. And then they eventually, of course, lost to the Chiefs. But the Chiefs could have been bounced in that playoffs because they
Right.
gave up big leads, right at the beginning of the game. And they were lucky to come back. But, that doesn't work every year.
Right. Right. Well,
So,
that's just it. That's like, we lost to KC this past Sunday. I'm
mhm.
like, hey, they only lost by 2 points to the Super Bowl champs. I mean, I'll take it. I can't
Yeah.
complain about
Yeah, Teddy football is doing great. And I mean, you got McCaffrey back, but he was even hurt at the end of that. And it kind of shows kind of where your team is going because you have some good receivers. I think you could use a solid tight end. I don't really think you guys really use the tight end as much, but your
that. Right.
defense does give plays up, and you were known for your defense, which I think it's a little bit of a change.
Exactly. And that's why I mean, I wasn't really disappointed with the draft because we did draft a lot of defense.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got to think for who we drafted for rookies,
Yeah,
there's no leadership now.
yeah,
Kuechly's
yeah.
gone, Olsen's gone, so it's like Thomas Davis is gone. Okay, so they're all a bunch of rookies. They all got to learn from themselves. You got to rely on your coaching then. And
Mm-hmm.
if I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind our assistant coach coming from LSU,
Yeah.
but that's a completely different scheme coming from
Mm-hmm.
college to NFL. So it's like, okay, you're trying to build a team around college schematics, which we've all seen the Mighty Ducks movies. That doesn't work once you hit high school.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you
It
can't
doesn't
just do that
translate
and think
well.
it's gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna take off. Like it's not just gonna be like, okay, we're gonna do this and expect, a perfect season. Like
Right.
no.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is what it is. I'd like to see us. Yeah, we definitely need to work on offense next year.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
it's bad, but we got to build.
Yeah, yeah. I like who you got there. You got more. I think he's kind of faded off. I think Robbie Anderson is the perfect volume receiver for you guys.
Definitely.
I think if you bring in like a veteran on the defensive side, maybe two of them, and then brought in like kind of big receiver, I think that would help. Because then you would have
Definitely.
McCaffrey, tight end at that point you wouldn't even need. You just kind of you would be looking at that big time receiver. I don't really know who the free agents right now at this stage are, but if you could get like a big time receiver or just bring in a good rookie, because you're going to be in the middle of the pack. So if you bring in like a big boy, like kind of what Pittsburgh did with Claypool, you bring in a big
Right.
boy and then you just sign defensive players because you got Chin. I
Right.
got Chin into my dynasty league. I mean, dude's a beast until last week when he put up a goose egg.
Right. Right.
I was like, come on, man. I had an 8-0 team, man, in the Dynasty League, and I was just waxing fools. And then it just came to last week, and I got waxed good. Like, no one's really, I always score like 200 points. I scored like a 113, and the dude scored 230. Never got
Oh, gee.
waxed. I got waxed. I had Rams. I had so many people off. Like this week, I get Chubb back. I had Aaron Jones do a weird game. But because I had Cleveland and the Rams off, so I didn't have Aaron Donald because there's no defense. It's just player
Right.
by player. So I had
Right.
like Aaron Donald, Sheldon, and just like a whole bunch of people. So it just didn't work out. You're not going to win every week.
Well,
So
exactly. And the way they have the bye weeks this year, it's just like crazy. Like
yeah,
it's just so odd. Like they split it up so weird.
yeah. And or like the Steelers lost theirs because of what happened with the Titans. So you get games like what happened with Connor last week, where Connor just didn't play the entire game until he had to mop it up at the end because they just
Right.
need to run a ball out. That's
Well,
crazy.
that's what worried me about McCaffrey too. He's just coming back off an injury.
Yeah.
You're making him do all the work, as a tight end, as a running back.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, let the man heal. Like, it's no wonder he's probably not going to play
Yeah.
because he got banged up a little bit too much. Like,
And that
ease
was a
him into
game.
it. Don't just throw him to the wolves.
Exactly. And I mean, the Chiefs, that was a kind of shootout game, so he was going to have to get a lot of balls thrown his way, and he was going to have to run a lot. And this game was just set up where there was going to be a lot of hits because the time didn't move as fast because no one really dedicated to just running the ball. So you get one of those Baltimore Pittsburgh games. They were just like whoop 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 whoop. So the time
Yeah.
wasn't even ticking. So yeah,
Right.
exactly. So
Right.
I mean, the Rams got Seattle this week. I'm not worried because it's in LA, but at the same time, they are the weakest like pass defense, and we can exploit that. But it's kind of the same thing. We have good players in great places, and sometimes we just beat ourselves.
Well,
So
that's just it. I mean, you guys got a solid team this year.
mhm,
I'm surprised you guys haven't gotten farther than you have.
yeah,
But they're just like us, when it comes to defense or pass defense, it's like, okay, we can stop them on the run all day, all
hmm
day.
yeah,
But then they start throwing the balls, then you start seeing holes, and you're like, dude, what are you doing? Like, Buffalo's notorious for that too,
yeah,
because Buffalo will come out, hard for the first 2 quarters. Third quarter comes in, they're just like, la di da di da,
hmm
and then
yeah,
fourth quarter
yeah,
hits, and they're like, oh wait, back to the game. Like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
go hard all 4 quarters. You wouldn't have to worry about playing catch up.
Yeah, and just run the ball out. Like I think Josh Allen does a lot with the ball, and that's great because the Rams came back on him, but they didn't let Seattle come back on him. But what's funny is Seattle doesn't really have it easy. They've lost to Buffalo and they've lost to the Cardinals now. Now they got the Rams on the road and they get the Cardinals after us. Like it's like, whoa,
Right?
that's divisional. And the Rams, they've only played one divisional game, and that was the game we lost to San Francisco, which I don't know why they
I
would
don't know
lose,
how
but
that happened.
I don't know. And then we lost to Miami. We just couldn't do
Right?
it right. So they wouldn't keep they wouldn't keep a running back there to slow down that pass rush and switch things up. So they kept trying to spread them out, and Doc just kept getting hit. I mean, there was tons of tipped balls in that game. That could have been way more interceptions. So
Right? Right?
it's crazy. It's football's fun. So I mean, you said Buffalo. I mean, AFC. I mean, I think Pittsburgh could do it, but I think it all depends on that defense. It really does. It depends on if that defense and Pittsburgh really needs to get that home field. They can't go to Arrowhead. They need the Chiefs to come to Pittsburgh to beat them. But I'm not going to count out anybody else like Buffalo because Buffalo's cold too. So you look at it like Kansas City could have snow. Buffalo could have snow. Well, should have snow. We know that.
Right?
And Pittsburgh's probably going to have some snow. And
Right.
this is snow football. So a lot of the other teams, like I'm not going to say so much the Titans because they just got whooped by the Colts, but I think like the Colts and them going on the road against those three teams, I think it's out. So I think it's Chiefs, I think it's Bills, and I think it's Steelers. I think Lamar's been exposed. I don't think it's going to play well into the playoffs. They just don't seem like a good team like last year. And the
No.
NFC, I hate to say it, I think the Packers can do it. Nobody from the NFC East. I think the Saints did solidify themselves. I think Tampa Bay is around there. NFC West, though, I think it's whoever comes out of there as champion. Like, I don't want to say Seattle. I think the Rams could go in as a wild card and
Yeah.
win it. But I think that with the Rams having 5 games in the division, it really comes down to how we play those 5 games and just win
Right.
out and just win. And that would give us. But honestly, first, I mean, I got to say it's Green Bay. First, I got to say Saints. And then you got to say, I'd say Seattle, Rams, and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay over the Rams just because they're geared, but I don't think they have like a
No.
cohesive unit. It's not cohesive.
There's no way Tampa Bay could take over your guys' spot. There's no way. Not
Yeah.
not with that communication error that they had between Brady and everybody else. Like, AB,
Yeah.
why'd you even come back? Like, you just cursed the whole team, dude.
Yeah. A lot of people said they tried to throw it to him too much. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. You throw it to him too much. I mean, some good things happen. Just because dude stays at your house doesn't mean you're going to connect on every pass. Right?
Right?
Come on, fucking people, man. But football's fun. I think that's where we got. I mean, what do you think about the NFC?
I think I'd have to agree. Obviously, I mean KC, it's KC. I mean, then you gotta think about the teams too. Okay, like you said, we're getting into snow football.
Yeah,
Then you got to think about the teams in the NFC who are dome players. Okay, so you're really going to play that good in the snow? Probably not.
good point. Good point. That's why you can't have Green Bay be the number one seed.
Right.
Because if Green Bay is the number one seed, then the Saints, the Rams, I mean, Seattle could be a number one seed and still they're up in that crappy weather too. But it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like they get as much snow as Green Bay,
No. Definitely no.
No. So, I mean, it looks wide open. It looks fun in the NFC, and I think that's cool though, because every team has a shot.
Technically, this year, yeah.
Yeah, you never know. It's like you could go into you can go into the playoffs, come out of your bye, and have someone like Aaron Rodgers catch COVID on like a
Right.
Thursday. And what do you
Right.
do? He's got to wait 5 days, but he's got a championship game to play.
Right.
You can't do that. The Super Bowl too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's scary.
That's where that old saying comes in. Any given Sunday, you really just don't know. You don't.
I love that.
You don't, bro. You don't.
That's a good segue. Let me go grab a beer real quick. I'll be right back.
You got it.
All right. Let's see. Get these earphones right. You got that nice set. So I think that's a great segue. I think we really, nailed it right there. So I don't know what just happened right here. I just lost my video. Oh, there we go.
There you go.
So, all right. So yeah, that's a nice segue. So let's talk about some music, man. I've seen you leaving a lot of music that I've listened to for a very long time, but then kind of just listened to so much music. I haven't been into a lot of hard rock recently. It's been a lot of like electronic, but I don't ignore it. So tell me about like Five Finger Death Punch has to be your band right now, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hoodies, shirts,
nice.
Rep the Five Finger. Yeah, like a lot of their stuff. Like I was going to tell you that too. I was going to send you the link. They just put out a video called "Living the Dream."
Yep.
It's pretty much. Of course, they had to come out specifically because in the video, it's almost it pretty much the easiest way to explain it is in the video it portrays everything that's gone on with this whole COVID.
Yeah,
the beginning of the video shows like zombies, like Walking Dead zombies, walking out of the woods with cartfuls of toilet paper, and then you see people on the street that got the mask, and then they got pins that say like anti-democratic or something like that. And it's like the video is just like, but for me, like other than obvious guitar solos and or kick-ass guitars,
yeah,
a lot of the times I connect a lot with lyrics. So if lyrics hit home, I'm stuck on that song or that group until I get sick of it. Or if they bring out a newer song that connects. But yeah, Five Finger, I mean, I can go back to when they came out in 2006, 2005.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like just, they're trendsetters. They are.
That's, I know some people that don't respect them, but I respect them. My Josh, my brother-in-law, he kind of brought them up to me when first time he brought them up to me. He goes, dude, you gotta know about them Five Finger Death Punch. I thought he was thinking about that movie I have upstairs, the Chinese Five Finger Death Punch. I know what you're talking about, man. I got that like, wow, right? This guy comes at me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I got it. Just a question. Did you ever serve the military?
Nope.
Okay. I didn't either. I just had to ask that.
I was dead set. I don't even remember what year it was. I was dead set to go to the Air Force. I was set to take my ASVAB that day. Mm-hmm. And I got word that my aunt, who was like my second mom to me, passed away. And that was just like too close for home to me. I was like, yeah, no, I can't be leaving out the country. I can't, no. That's
Hmm.
I'm too much of a family guy to be doing all that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think we all kind of tried it. I thought about it one time, but then it was just kind of like, you know what, man, I like just chilling out and playing video games and stuff. And I
Right.
don't know how it'll be. I mean, of course, I joined karate now, but like it's like, well, how do you make those decisions at this slate of life? And it kind of
Right.
puffs out. But back to the music, it's like Wrong Side of Heaven. Like sometimes, like when you talk about it, that song too is it does feel like you're on the wrong side of heaven. Like everything you do could be good, but there's always a bad consequence for you because and it makes you feel like you're just like, damn, man, no matter what I do, like good things happen, but I get the shit end of the stick, you
Yep.
know? And I want to bring up like their remake of Bad Company. It's like, it's good, but the original, because I'm old, and, I know you're old, so you kind of think about that too. Washed It All Away as well.
Right.
Sometimes, what's your feelings about those three songs, or if you have one of those three songs that pick out?
Well, totally. Definitely wash it all away. Anywhere but here.
Hmm.
Another good one. Only because I mean,
Yep.
like I said, I'm a lyric guy, so like you think about the lyrics and it's like, all right, that totally makes sense. If you were to die tomorrow, would you still stay the same? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, good
That's
point.
true.
Like, if the world ended tomorrow, would you stay here or would you rather be anywhere but here
Yeah, exactly. Or wear a mask.
or wear a mask?
Or wear a mask. I mean, and you got to get under and over it. That kind of like the way they do it. I think a lot of people kind of say that their melody kind of always sounds the same, but it really doesn't. To me,
Right.
I'm like you. I kind of look at the lyrics and what they're talking about, and I do understand they're veterans too. So a lot of that talk is going to come from that. That's the way they portray their videos. I've seen their concerts as well. I've not been to a concert, but I've
I
I've
want
seen videos. What do
right.
you want
Well,
to go
there
on?
definitely. I definitely got to. Well, my dad was supposed to go see Five Finger day before Halloween, and of course everything got canceled. But
Yeah, yeah.
um, definitely want to go see them. There was an article I seen yesterday. Speaking of that, that
Mhm.
Ticketmaster had out that once concerts come back in 2021, they're requiring everybody to have either a COVID shot
Yeah,
or proof that you've had a negative test. Like,
yeah.
yeah, who's going to carry that on them?
Yeah,
Like,
well, that's why,
okay, I got my shot right here yesterday. Take it. Come
yeah,
on. Like, I mean,
it's like that whole like that's why that every the little I don't want to get into too many conspiracies because we're having such a good time with this, but it's like that whole
right.
Bill Gates thing, where they want to
Yep.
put that thing inside you and they're gonna
The
scan
chip.
it, and it's like, no, I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'll wear a
Yep.
mask.
Yep.
I'll wear a
Yeah.
bodysuit.
Give me
I'll
a
be
minute.
like,
Yep.
I'll bump it into people. Ain't no one gonna mosh you in a freaking hazmat suit. They'll lose. You can just bounce
Right.
around. You can like, do it. But I mean, two songs that really like I love a lot of their heavy songs too. But two songs that always hit for me is "Far From Home" and
Yeah.
one that makes me cry is "Gone Away" because that is a
Gone
remake.
away.
But I think about my
Offspring.
mom during that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Offspring originally redid it. I like
Mm-hmm.
that Five Finger redid it only because, at least to me, I mean, don't get me wrong, Offspring is a great band,
Yep. Yep.
but for that song, Ivan Moody put so much emotion into that. Like you can just feel it. Like I said, like I can see why you cry. Like
Yeah.
it just makes you think of anybody
Yeah.
that you've ever been close to that has passed or
Mm-hmm.
you don't see anymore. It's just like, damn, man. Like that's why I said like their music, just some of their songs just can't help but to hit home, and I think that's
Yeah.
why I enjoy them so much.
It's like good hard rock with a country kind of word to it because country songs always be like, well, my dog just died in
Yeah,
my you're like, get out of here. You want your my dog just died.
right.
you know
Yes,
but you
that
don't want your dog to die.
right.
Right. But yeah, like when I heard that when they came back out with that and I thought about it, like I see the video too, like the video is about like somebody, the wife gets the news and cries with the daughter, but like it's like that, it's when they go away they take a piece of you, you don't do that, but you truck on but it just even the Offspring one. But like the minute they did it, and I heard that I was like, oh my god, the Offspring did this. I was like, they redid that shit. That was like that's
Hell yeah. That was
major
good shit.
props.
That's exactly how I thought when Bad Wolves redid Zombie.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's so much better than the Cranberries.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, but you can't replace it. Zombie.
Come on, Rob.
In your head. You know, it's like somebody should redo that and like make COVID and shit. Have like little masks sitting around them, like it's in your head, it's in your head. Like you're sitting there, zombie. But I don't know. Yeah, you're right. And that's what I think music does to a lot of people like you and the mute. And sometimes, like when I go into my like Avicii mode, there's the songs that like if you've never listened to, listen to These Nights, Avicii. If you've never heard it, listen to it, because it gets me on two levels. Because there's another song I like from Hardwell, which is Young Again. Because in that song, he goes battling with my shields, or playing in the fields, battling with my shields, whatever. But I still have that wooden shield downstairs I made in 7th grade. I grouted that out. I used to be in the battle of the fields, like I'd just be alone, stupid ass me, just in the back of my backyard with 6-foot fences, running around thinking I was Dan Link.
Right.
You know,
definitely.
It is me. But going back to like Avicii, you know, these nights, you know, he starts it out. It's like my daddy always told me, you know, if you want something, I'm brain fart right now, but if you listen to that, when you hear it, like to me, it takes you back to that day. Both songs take you back to that day, and like your dad's talking to you or your mom's talking to you, you know, telling you can be anything you want to be in your life. Just always put your heart to it. May not always work out, which is like Wash It All Away and, you know, Wrong Side of Heaven. That's where they come in. But at the same time, it's about the connecting. Like, you know, in Young Again, they say running till the lights come on, pretty much. Damn, I need to go listen to some songs again. But yeah, it's that. It's like, I know you as a kid, you were running. That's the way we lived. We could stay outside till the street lights came on and do things like that. That's life. That's life.
Right. That's how life still should be, but you know,
it's not.
I mean, that's how I am all the time. Like, granted, I'll admit it. Even on live on Rob's Bring the Pain, I still watch The Wonder Years, just like it was yesterday. Only because you can relate to that, you know?
Yeah, you can.
Like, you get that voiceover in your head, like, damn, I wish I had that when I was a kid. Like, damn.
Like when I had my face opened up over here, and I rewatched all of the Transformers ever, and I think about like today's society not being able to handle it, and Starscream runs over and kicks, I think, Chip. He's in a wheelchair, and he just kicks him over, and I'm like, what? And even in Transformers, I'm like, that's wrong as shit. Big ass metal bot just kicking a damn wheelchair over, you know. And there was some comments made back then too. Like I was like, damn, like they can't. But to me, that reminds me of our childhood. That's us.
Exactly, and that's how it is. Have a little help from my friends. Theme song from Wonder Years takes you back. You know, it's just like, wow.
Yeah, I say I'd probably relate. Like I was never a Cheers dude because I was always watching like Transformers and GI Joe, and then it was right to the video game. You know, like. But my mom made us watch. Of course, we watched Married with Children. That's why I'm married with DFS. Actually.
Yep.
Yeah, because you're just kind of like Chrissy get mad at it sometimes. Just like fucking dude sitting in there writing shit up, and I'm just fucking in here like I want money. Like that night I won all that big money about a month ago. Dude, I was sitting there, I was like, oh, I just need one more, like just 10 yards. And he caught like a 20-yard pass. And everybody cheering for me on Twitter. I was like, yeah, look, it's fucking awesome. Chrissy was like, I don't believe it till I see it. I was like, look. And the only thing I did wrong is I bet so low on it. Should have bet more. Right. Yeah, if I would have bought like if I would have bet $100 on that, I'd have won like $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I only bet like $4.
Well, you just never know any given Sunday, bro.
And being like a family guy and stuff like that. And, I'm not gonna like, well, I have about this much money, but I'm not going to put this much money so I can play this bet too. And
Yeah, right.
it just lit up. It was nice and stuff like that. So, I mean, if when this world gets back, we had brought it up a little bit about the
Right.
concerts. What's the first concert you're going to go see? Is it Five Finger Death Punch with your dad? By the way, I didn't know your dad liked Five Finger Death Punch as well.
Oh,
I thought that was pretty
my
cool.
dad is the one who actually, I mean, granted, he got me into rock. Like, I grew up listening to like Def Leppard, Van
Of
Halen,
course.
Guns N' Roses,
Mhm.
Ozzy, and he was the one who took me to my first Ozfest. Like,
I've never been to something
me and
like
my
that.
dad would rock out to Ozfest. Me and my dad, and my brother, we went like consecutive years down in Pittsburgh.
That's awesome.
It was amazing. I got to see Linkin Park before they were big,
That's
Papa
cool.
Roach before they were big.
Oh yeah, I remember those years.
Yes, second stage, like, but
I was making pizzas at Pizza Outlet at that point.
oh wow.
I was listening to them and like me and my little rock dudes was chilling out making pizzas and shit like that. And it was like, I didn't even have that because, like you saying that, like your dad did that with you. My dad was like, hey, Bobby, WWF is in here. Let's go. So
Yep.
all of my money, all my life has been always spent on wrestling. So,
Right.
I mean, it shows, but oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're sitting there like talking about the music, and the Macho Man comes right up. Yeah, he wants to sing a song. Yeah, but that's what it was. It was getting the front row, and then when all that stuff online kind of chilled it out, and I couldn't like really go sit and get front row anymore. I was like, man, it sucked, but I still go. And when I do go and I'm dressed as Macho Man, it's like you take freaking like a little aquarium, like a 5-gallon aquarium with a piranha in it, and you shake that shit up, and you fucking throw your hand in it. But you don't want to throw your hand in it because it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna get tore up. But at the same time, it's like it's insane. Like some of those videos, like it doesn't the good times, the signatures, like when people come up to you, remember Macho Man? Or like earlier this year, I went to PWR, and that's when I met the other Macho Man in Erie, Dan. And he's like, when he works at Hammett now. So when I go to Hammett, he'll be up there. And this other guy, John, that he's the main guy at Hammett, he goes, right? And I'm like, oh, yeah, Dan, what are you doing up there? And he goes, I don't know why you're down there. You're looking real small, brother.
That's awesome, bro.
It is. It's completely insane. Like doctors walk in, they're like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you better keep walking there with your scalpel. Take it from you." It's insane. It's like, but that whole that when we were at PWR and Molly came, you see, this dude took he was Cody Deaner from Impact at the time. If he's still with him, whatever. I don't, I'm just WWE for life. But he put this move on. He took this beer and he said, no, he spit it. That's what it was. But whatever, there was a huge spray. Molly was like, I got beer all over me. She was 8. And I was like, that means you fucking rock, man, because that's how you know you were real wrestling. When you get beer splashed all over you. What was funny about that was when they saw me dressed up as Macho Man, they moved me to front. This isn't the first time that I got moved to the front because I'm Macho Man. But
nice.
They moved me to the front, and the seat next to me was the other Macho Man.
Nice.
Are you fucking kidding me? And then come to find out, me and him have the same fucking birthday too. Cinco de Mayo.
Damn.
What?
Cinco de Rabo.
Cinco de Rabio, yeah. We're gonna go to Canada. We're gonna take a boat, break the law. No, don't. I do want to though. For real. I'll pay somebody in Canada. I'm like, dude, just need your car. We'll drive to Clifton Hill. That's all I'll do. Let me use your dock. I'm gonna take a boat. Whatever. Freaking my dude, Gentle Josh, was like, I got a boat. I'm like, okay. We about to boat to Canada. I don't know how long that takes or how expensive that is. But we get a dock, and we're going to take that guy's car, And then we don't got to get checked in or anything. We just got to be cool. You know, you just can't be like, I'm from America. You know,
No,
like,
you just have to be like, how's it going over here, eh?
yeah.
It's kind of cold, eh?
I'm like, we're going to bring the jail. Like, I lock the heat override up.
Bring the mountain. Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, like, you know, when things get back to normal, you know, that'll be fun. But they say it's not going to happen. You know, I don't care. I think your normal is what you make it. So, like for you, like it's music. For me, it's podcasts, video games, trips to Niagara Falls, America. You know, I said America. But that being said, you know, it's if you got to make a new normal, make that, and that's what we did. But man, also sports. Like I couldn't wait for sports because I was so sick of the politics, man.
Right.
It just
that's
eats you up.
That's like with Raya. I think what was it, last year or the year before? I tried taking him to I think 2 Otters games.
Yeah.
But he's at that age. He's just like, okay, like you watching the puck, dude. Like you got to keep your eye on the puck, or else you're gonna get smacked in the head. Like
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I miss that. That was my thing. That yet again, my dad always take us to hockey games every weekend.
There it is.
Now he gets to go to the games because he's an usher. So I mean, he's missing it too. He's like, I miss the events. He's like, I'm totally bored. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I don't know either, Dad. I don't know.
It's like, and that's why I think like that's what sucks about like everything getting pushed back to February. The Otters aren't going to play here, and it sucks because of the whole border thing. If they have to lift the border and they have to do this quarantine thing, I don't know how they're going to do that and still allow people to just come across. I think the Otters play in Canada. That's it. That's what I've said. You've seen it. You know.
Right.
I don't see it, but it's sad because you're missing those times. Like me and Molly would go and she made that free fries poster and we actually put fries on it. And it was like, yeah,
nice.
You know, and the fights, like you say, you're trying to show your son the fights, you know, like you want to see a big.
They don't even do that no more. They're too finesse.
Sometimes the Otters fight. When they're getting blown out.
No, give me the Erie Panthers back to where you had Grant Altenbrady. He'll throw down for nothing. Like, come on, dude.
Like, dude, man, there's a chip of ice over there. Throw down, brother.
Yeah. Goalies meet at center ice. Oh yeah.
People like, I'm gonna take this stick across your face. Yeah, to get this blood. We'll skate on your blood all night. Yeah. It's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, those good times and everything. I'm gonna grab a beer real quick. I'll be right back.
Beer it up, bro.
What I should have did was get a cooler.
Yeah.
Just had it sitting over here on this chair right here and doing that thing. So, I mean, I know you're not into gambling or fantasy or anything like that, but I mean, have you ever thought about it just playing like FanDuel, putting a double up, put $1 down, win $2? Next week, put $2 down, win $4.
I mean, I've been thinking about it, but I mean, I know you said like you essentially don't have to follow, but at the same time, you kind of got to pay attention to know who's really doing what. And it's just like, like I tried, what was that? I think NFL.com, how they have the free fantasy. I think I tried that 1 or 2 years, but of course, silly me, pick half of all Carolina players. And then when you have a bye week and you're like, damn, why am I only getting 5 points? Oh, yeah, because half of your players play for the same
that
team.
Was that when you was in our league, that would be funny. I'd just be like, well, Nick picked all the Carolina Panthers, but it was funny because we had Jeremy in there too. So they're like, all y'all was fighting over the Panthers players. And I'm like, that's cool. Somebody's going to get somebody. Like somebody's getting Steve Smith back in the day, you know, Steve Smith days.
Right.
You know, someone's getting Cam or someone's getting Steve Berline or whoever, Jake Delhomme.
Yeah, Delhomme.
Delhomme, yeah. He wants to be a little bit of the middle.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother. Delhomme is the man.
Yeah. And you guys had some great years. You know, both those quarterbacks, you know, Delhomme and Newton got you guys there. And it just like that was part of the bounty gate, or not bounty gate.
I think that was a whole conspiracy anyway, only because of Peyton Manning. I think we didn't play that crappy all year long, and yet Cam drops the ball and he goes like he's afraid of it. Like, really?
They always
You're
say that
how
him though,
tall?
because he's
You're
soft.
Superman, and you're afraid of a ball? Get out of here!
Yeah. They always said he never had heart. Like he was always about like just stats and shit. But I mean, but the Patriots, the Cheatriots, got you guys like they got us in the Eagles filming.
Yep.
Spygate, so they spied y'all. You guys had a great team that year too. I think Sam Mills was still on your team, right? Maybe? I don't know.
He was the one who got us with it. Well, he ended up being a coach too, I think, at one point. But that's where the whole keep pounding came from. So
Yeah, he's on the. You guys have a statue of Sam Mills out front.
right in front
I
of
think. Yeah, like that's cool as shit, and that's what it, like going back into it, and it's like, man. So I'll say this because we haven't really talked, and I talked to you about it, but I think
Right.
I'm pretty sure if I join you up, and this is just the gambling side of things, if I join you up on FanDuel Sportsbook last year, they would give you $100 for a $10 deposit.
Okay.
So you get $110.
Right.
You only have like a month or 3 weeks. It was like 3 weeks because Chrissy couldn't burn through it all because she just goes, "This week I'm not playing," and I'm like, "Okay," because she thought she would have it. So it
Right.
gives you this like this. There's two balances. There's your actual balance that you can take out, and there's this actual balance. Someone's gonna see this and be like, "That motherfucker broke it down." I don't even know if they do the 100, but if they do, I'll tell you. There's this actual balance over here that you got to play. So you have $100. So you turn this into this, and you can pull it out.
Right.
It's pretty legit. And
Okay.
I run with some people. I'm not trying to get you into gambling, but I'm trying to get you some money in your pocket.
Right. I mean, like I said, I definitely like to try it only because like your success stories. Like, I mean, that's you. I mean, you're all about sports. Not that I'm not.
Yeah,
but I mean, you follow your stuff. You follow your shit. Like,
fucking
okay.
nuts.
I mean, I do to an extent, but I don't know. Like, yeah.
You do other things in life.
I try anything once.
Yeah. I mean, Keith, and of course Chrissy, I got them to join up under me, so they both got $100. Keith took that money and I think he gave his buddy who's a Chiefs fan, he bought him a $25 ticket, Chiefs win the Super Bowl. So that $25 turned into a lot of money because when he bought it for him, it was months before the playoffs. So he took that money. So he did that. And he pretty much did what I did and what Chrissy did, which was play the whole year, because FanDuel only really came out like week 2 or 3 last year in Pennsylvania. DraftKings, I didn't get to bet in DraftKings until it was like right before playoffs. And so it was like, I didn't even care about the DraftKings Sportsbook, but we just did it. And then after Super Bowl, we just plucked all that money out and it was all ours. So, I mean, I don't know if it's $100 or $50 or $25, it's free money. And then you just win it, you double it up. You just take only for sure bets. Like Chiefs versus, I mean, you would probably take Chiefs versus Carolina, but you take like Chiefs versus like somebody crappy. Miami. No, not Miami. I would have to say.
No, not with Tua now. No,
Jets.
Not with Tua. Jets. Oh, yeah, that's an automatic.
just take that $100 and just put it right down. Boom! You just get like $230 back, and then just like fuck. So then you just go, okay, well, I'm gonna withdraw my $10 plus $190, and you got $40 in there, and just the rest of the year, just double.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that
and
makes
at
sense.
the end of the year, just take your dollar bets, take your $2 bets, take your $5 bets, build that freaking bank up and stuff with easy bets, just easy bets.
Right.
Like I look at like easy bets, and you get into a game, and it'll be like Robbie Anderson 5 catches. Wait, Robbie Anderson gonna get 5 catches. You play it against somebody that you ain't gonna get it, and you're like, it's a negative 110. So you'll put that money down, you'll win 90 cents for $1. But you put $100 down, you're gonna win $190. So I wouldn't do that.
No.
I would trust even the Rams have come up short a couple times. I've lost some after that big bet, I have lost at least 7 to 8 massive bets on someone not getting a couple yards, one catch, or an injury. It sucks. It's like,
Right.
what?
Right.
So that's that. So I'll hook you up with that, let you get that a little bit and things like that. And we'll see. I'll go see what the bonus is, and then all you do is just put $10 in and you have $110 to play with. And like I said, every time you win, it goes over to here. So,
Right.
if you put $1 over here and you win $2.30, you'll have $2.30 over here and you'll have, 97.70.
Right.
I don't even know how I'm doing that. It's winning shit up.
Right.
So is there any topics you want to talk about, man? Like, what do you got? Like,
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of shit.
I really got into which I'm glad you actually opened the floor up with your whole dream.
Yeah, the whole podcast.
Yes, the dream podcast. That was just like if I was listening to a song, I was living it. Like, you could so relate to that. Like, oh my God, like that's how, like, even when you have scary dreams, it's like never ending. You're like, you wake up scared of shit and you're like, oh fuck, what the hell just happened? You look around, making sure it's not real. But no sooner you fall back asleep, it picks up where it left off, like it's an actual movie. Like, oh shit, run, right, bitch, run, just get the fuck going.
Motherfucker got a knife, run.
Like, that reminds me of that stupid Progressive commercial. Why don't we just get in a running car? No, let's hide with the chainsaw.
That's how the guys back there is like, and they're like, it's cliche, but it's so funny. Like, dude, I was like, I'm gonna go take a nap before karate the other night, so I go take a nap. Dude, I straight went into dream mode. I'm like, what the fuck? How do I dream like a nap and shit? I was fixing brakes with my cousins from Texas. The fuck is that? It's just like making things. But dude, yeah, that Leviathan dream was nuts.
Yes, that was insane.
That was it. But I thought one of the craziest ones was that, because I'm pretty sure Chrissy got 8 in that first dinosaur one when he crashed. Trying to run up the stairs, and I looked back and she was there, and I was like, whoa. And then and then I go in that next dream, and I'm like, no, let's not run it, let's go down. And then I hear that window break, and I'm like, how the fuck you do that shit? Like, what is that?
Right.
Like, they go, dreams are a memory. I think that shit's an action-packed movie every fucking night, man. Especially in my mind. It's right.
So then it makes you wonder how these directors get these ideas for these movies. Probably because of their fucking dreams.
Well, yeah. Wes Craven, actually, that's how he got Freddy.
Yep.
That's how he got Freddy. So, do you ever have any crazy dreams?
I wouldn't say crazy. Like, just as anybody else.
Thanks for letting me know I'm not normal.
Right. Like, there's them so real dreams, though. Like, you wake up to the point to where it's like it was really fucking real. Like, you can feel like you're almost like the Five Finger Death Punch song, living the dream. Like, you're living it, but you're not. And then you have the instance of deja vu, like, shit, I seen that in my fucking dream like 5 years ago. Why now? Like, I know what's going to happen. Let's change it. Like, grab me a DeLorean, let's go, and let's see what happens, because I'm going to fix that right now. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. It's like, if I'd ever had a fucking dream about seeing me wearing some damn masks other than being a superhero, I never did that. Like, I remember one time, me and my brother got in a fight. This is actually one I didn't notice or I didn't mention. But I had a dream about me and my brother got in a fight, and I gave him a good old elbow, because I'm a little dude. My brother's fucking mountain man.
Right.
So so this fight happened, and I went running into the corner. We had like a piano, and there was a chair there. I went running in there, and somehow I went like that. And he still to this day has a chipped tooth from it. But no, I think he got it fixed. Because he brought that up. He was like, I even got the chipped tooth fixed. Oh, fuck you, bro. So he came at me, right, and I boomed him, right, and my dad broke him off, and I was like, whoa, I seen this in a dream. And like, my dad's probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just elbowed your brother in the fucking mouth.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. Like dreams are just like you said in that podcast towards the end, it's like it has you in the reality depending on what happens in it, but then it's almost just like any song you listen to, depending on what happens in that song, it's like, okay, so when you have that deja vu moment, it's like, okay, so how can I fix this? Because I've seen essentially how it's going to end.
Yeah.
So, okay, is this actually reality now? Or are you still in that dream?
And does that mean that you're like, you could see a tad of the future? Not saying that we're gifted and we have
yes.
Yeah, it's like you get that, and then you got to think. You're like, how the fuck did I see that shit before I fucking seen that shit?
Right. Well, that's like a lot of exactly. A lot of times too, people say, when you dream, you're essentially having that outer body experience to where you are essentially floating. That's why I love that episode of SpongeBob when he hops out of his dream and then goes into Patrick's and Squidward's. Like, SpongeBob, what are you doing here? I'm in their dream, Squidward. Oh shit! SpongeBob, get the fuck out of here! Like,
yeah, dude, wasn't he?
How do you do that?
Wasn't he playing like a fucking quartet and shit?
And SpongeBob turns into the clarinet, like, "Hey, Squidward." Like, oh my god!
Oh, like, yeah, fucking brought that to me for years, dude. That was good. I was like, oh my god, SpongeBob is fucking nuts, man. Like, you're right, dude.
He is.
He just hopped into dreams, dude. Dude, that episode, man, that was fucking nuts.
Insane.
That was crazy. That was good stuff, man. That's exactly what it, Uh-oh.
Really? She said Zachariah was all upstairs on the PS4 getting out loud like you.
I said you are.
I am. I'm getting as loud?
Yes.
As Raya. As I'm getting as loud as you, brother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. That's what you feel the pain coming through. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we're talking about cool shit. That's what we do.
It's fun. It's cool stuff. Yeah. I mean, if he's up there playing the PS4, he should hook up with, does he play Fortnite?
Oh, yeah.
You should get up with Molly and her crew be winning like all the time.
Yeah, I showed him your stolen cup.
My stolen cup. He'd be like, I took that shit. It's mine.
I drink from it every day. I bring the pain every day.
Makes me feel real good. Yeah. Like, when I drink this, I know I'm a true pain bringer. Ooh, yeah. That's good shit, man. That is awesome. That's cool. Definitely. So, I mean, right now, we've gone hella long.
Hell yeah.
We could probably talk all night. We're definitely gonna have to do this again. And I can't wait to hear like how this whole episode comes out, because I want to get more people in it too. I want to have like a round table and talk about stupid ass shit, like scary movies. Like I just did that recently. Give me 3 scary movies that scared the shit out of you. Huh?
Scared the shit out of me?
Yeah. Trend setting. Halloween. Hey, Molly, give me a beer.
I didn't really get into Halloween. Didn't really care for Michael Myers. Freddy versus Jason, though, best of both worlds.
That was good. I'm a Freddy guy. Thank you.
I'm a Jason guy, so there you go. Oh, shit.
He was rooting for Jason the whole time. I think in the end, Jason does kind of win that, but
who does?
I think that's like the Godzilla versus King Kong thing, where like there should have been 2 different endings.
True, alternates. Yes.
Yeah. Just have like Jason get chained back to the bottom of freaking Crystal Lake, and just Freddy's like, "Now you're mine," while you sleep.
Yeah. Be like, "You're in my world now, bitch."
Yes. That's
good.
So like, outside of that, so you said Friday the 13th. What's your favorite one? Do you have a specific one? Kill scene.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
I was just talking about that shit the other day.
Yes, definitely.
I was telling this dude, I was like, the best part, I think, because the whole boat scene was fucked up, but when they get to
Yes.
Manhattan and the dude's boxing Jason on top of the freaking
Yep.
he's just beating, he's like, hey, bitch, and he freaking hits his head off and he goes in the dumpster down the bottom.
Good shit.
Hole in one. That's what's
Yep.
up, man.
Yep.
Anything else ever stick out to you, or just Jason was Jason?
Scary wise, no. I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, obviously Freddy. I mean,
Yeah.
as a kid, hell yeah, definitely. But other than that, like,
Not Omen, Exorcist.
oh god, yes, original Exorcist.
Yes.
As corny, and Poltergeist. Oh, Poltergeist more so than Exorcist, I think.
Yeah, because it was on TV a little more. And you know what I gotta say is, I brought that up when I did that podcast about the horror films. Is
Yeah.
that that when they did the re-release and they had those other scenes with fucking her, I was like, oh my god. But dude,
Right.
it just comes back to that dude eating chicken in the fucking mirror. And he's like, and he starts peeling his fucking face off, and he's like, the maggots in the fucking sink, and he's like, wow. There's that like half second where it's like a skull face and it shakes, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's funny, but it's frightening too.
Right. Right.
A lot of people don't give credit to that freaking sound when it's like, when it eats the house. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
And then it just implodes. Like,
Yeah.
I totally didn't see that coming. Like, is that really what it's going to sound like when that day comes? Like,
Right.
oh my god, my house gets eaten up. It's going to go, whoa, and then just disappear.
Yeah. Like, and then when they started doing the pool and that hamster box, I'm like, fucking hamster, and the fucking box is rolling, and the lady's looking out. I think it's like at least looking out the freaking window, and you see that, and you're like, how the fuck did she not caught that? Like the fucking hamster box falling. Like, what? It was good attention to that, but yes.
Yes.
I brought that when I brought up the Poltergeist, it's because C Ray over there, she went over to her friend's house and she watched the Poltergeist movie, and she wasn't allowed to stay over her house. Her friend Andrea, she wasn't allowed to stay over her house anymore because she watched that and she came home and had nightmares.
Nice.
And the only two movies that ever gave me nightmares was Return of the Living Dead, Tarman. Tarman was fucking crazy. It's so retarded at the beginning because like you got that like naked bald guy running around like, and they fucking axe him in the head and he's just sitting there like this on the ground. But then like what really got me is when freaking that skinhead freaking dude goes down there and he's like, what? And he fucking takes his head, he goes like this and goes, and I'm like, what? So that I ended up being the girl in the fucking closet, like hiding from Tarman. And my parents was like, okay, we're gonna let you watch Nightmare on Elm Street. So the day before, we were living at 3005 Pine Avenue, there was these like rooms that we had those old doors that could go from the walls. Right. It's a badass house too, by the way. It was pretty cool. It's bought by some other people, big ass garage in the back. Little like I wish I could have gone out that house at some point because dude, this dude ran a whole auto business out of this garage. Anyway.
Oh wow.
I had a dream about Freddy, and the day before I saw the movie, I had a dream about Freddy. He didn't have a fucking bottom jaw. Like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, to this day, I remember that shit.
Badass though.
Yeah, Freddy without a jaw.
In the comic. That would be insane. That'd be like Ghost Rider meets Freddy Krueger. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. And when I did that horror show, and I fucking talked about how Freddy would rip his sweater off, and he would see those fucking dude. That's cool, man. Dream Warriors, not Dream, Part 3. That was the first one I saw. That was it. And then from there, I saw like the rest. And then like me and my friends went to the theater for 4, 5, and 6. And it was Homecoming that night. And me and my buddy John, Dave, and John's sister Marjorie went. And I hand wrote, like I said it in the podcast, but I hand wrote all the excuses. So I was like, we're gonna go up 97, go up French Road. There's no cops. And I was like, we'll avoid Peach Street. It was this 6 Freddy's Dead, right? And we're gonna go over here and we're gonna come down the Granadas. I didn't know at that age that the Granada fucking cop caught us right outside the Granada. I'm like, and we're handing him these handwritten notes by me. And it worked. Fucking worked.
Hell yeah.
No one got a bad day. We got to see Freddy and we used Homecoming as a fucking excuse. And what's even funnier too is after the movie, I bought a whole bunch of CDs. Here's a little this. I was a fucking dickhole this fucking night. So I had a date that night. So I took the date out, right? And we went, and I didn't know like dates went like this. And they were like, because they were a bunch of rich people, and they were like, we're going to, it was Ruby Tuesday. And we go to Ruby Tuesday, and they're like, yeah, just order. And I'm like, why are we here? Like, I thought we was going to the damn dance. And they're like, no, go here. And they had a fucking limo and shit. And it was funny as Chrissy heard about this shit. Like, she didn't even know me. She heard about this shit, how this shit happened because of her friend Melanie. So like, and what's funny is her friend Melanie has pictures from me that night.
No shit.
And she wouldn't give them up. We're like, yeah, well, let me get those, man, because I like a whole bunch of me, And I'm like, give me those pictures. She's like, nope. I'm like, motherfucker. So we get there, right? And I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm good, man. I just ate supper. I don't know what the hell you guys bugging out. I was like, get me a Coke. And they're like, okay. So this lady, my date orders a freaking a meal. And I'm like, oh shit. And I had like $15. It was like $16. Right? So I was like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So this other motherfucker, this story I've hardly ever told, by the way. So I guess this other guy goes, hey man, here's $20. And I was like, why you give me $20? He was like, so you can have some more money at the thing. I was like, well, if you guys would have told me we were going out, I wouldn't have went and bought all those CDs with a damn check. Like, it's a fucking communication here, people.
Right.
No, and I mean, apparently I was fucking an idiot, but like, fucking, it was a funny, cool night, and it was. I think it ended up being me. I just kept hanging out with the people that I knew, and then my date and me, we just kind of danced, and then kind of she just went her own way, and I was just like, yeah, it's cool, man. Whatever. You're like, that whole night, man, a fucking limo showed up. I was like, I thought someone's mom was just gonna take me. How you don't tell somebody this shit?
Right.
You got any homecoming stories?
No. Never did it. Nope.
That's the only time I went. No prom, nothing. One.
Nope.
I got actually the night of my prom, everybody that worked at McDonald's that night had already signed off.
Wow.
I couldn't get the night off. And I was like one of the better crew people in the back, one of the makers, so it's just like it wasn't gonna happen. It just
right.
So I didn't really give a fuck about that. I went home and played video games.
There you go.
What we do. All right, brother.
All right, man.
Well, when I end this, we're going to talk a little bit after that, but I think about it like that. I had a great time. How about you?
Hell yeah, man. I'm looking forward to doing it again. Round table would be cool. Since we're on Zoom, throw everybody in here. It'd be fun time.
I thought this shit was going to cut me off and charge me like $20.
Huh?
I thought
I think we're good, bro.
We're talking all this major shit. It's like, okay, we'll use this shit. You record it. And what I like about it too is when I did the whole Skype, I linked my Skype to my actual speaker.
Nice.
And I was like, okay, I'm fucking loud. So I put me all the way down and I put my boy all the way up. And he came out like this low and I came out like that. I'm like, how the fuck does that happen?
Right.
So, but my other opportunity that I did this Skype with the other guy, I did that Thursday night special where we did gave out some bets and shit. And he was like, yo, we were so close to hitting that bet. I was like, did you play that fucking lineup? No, I didn't. I was like, it fucking hit, bro.
What?
It fucking hit, bro. Cover your ass. That's what I do pretty much with FanDuel. And FanDuel, I just go, like some weeks I'll have a great betting week. and I'll have an okay DFS week, or some weeks I'll have a killer ass DFS week, and I'll just hit like 60, 70% of my bets. But it just ends up, there's a process you build it. So
Right. Definitely.
all right, brother. Well,
All right, man.
I'm not hanging up with you yet. You know that. I'm gonna end the show. We'll talk. We'll get some shit going here. Talk about maybe next time. But without further ado, always give an outro, brother. Tell me out.
Bring the pain.
Oh yeah. Always remember to bring the pain, people. Oh yeah.